One of the more recent developments in data presentation is the concept of the heat map, which uses a cell's value to determine which fill color to assign to the cell. Unlike rule-based formats that either apply a color or not, the color scale conditional format applies a color from a 2 or 3 color gradient. I'll demonstrate how to create color scales conditional formats in this movie. My sample file is Color Scales 0504, and that's a workbook you can find in the Chapter 5 folder of the Exercise Files collection. This pivot table on Sheet 1 displays the sum of sales, called sum of total price, for wind harvesters sold by our sample company. What I can do is create a color scale that will indicate the relative magnitude of these values. To do that, I can click any cell in the data area, or the values area of the pivot table, and then on the Home tab of the ribbon, I'll click the Conditional Formatting button, and then I will point to Color Scales, and here I can either select from a built-in color scale, or I can click More Rules to get more control. I'll start by showing you what a number of color scales look like, and then I will create one using the More Rules dialog box. So let's say that I want to use the green for highest values, white, and red for the lowest values. So I will click that item here. Note that it's only applied to the cell that I had selected, so I need to click the Formatting Options button next to the selected cell. And I can either apply the value to all cells showing sum of total price, which is the second option, but you see that includes the subtotal, which is of a different magnitude. So what I really want to do is click the Formatting Options button and use the third option, which is all cells showing sum of total price values for SKU. You'll pretty much always use the third option when you are applying a conditional format to a pivot table. So I'll click there, and you see that I have 101,000 is by far the largest, and then a bunch of stuff in the middle, and then 26,000 is a little bit red, and 3,999 is the most red. So it's easy to tell where the middling values are and where the lower values are. I'll press Ctrl-Z to undo the conditional format, and I'll do the same thing to apply another one of the built-in. So I'll click Conditional Formatting, point to Color Scales, and in this case I'll just do 2 colors. Let's say we have white for the highest and red for the lowest. So I'll click the white-red color scale. So white's the highest, so we don't have any formatting. Click Formatting Options. All cells showing sum of total price and SKU. And you see once again that the largest value is shown in white, and there are various shades of red going down. Because this is a 2-color gradient, you don't have that middle, which was white, like we had before. Now I'll press Ctrl-Z. As I promised, you can use a dialog box to get more control over your color scales. So with B5 still selected, I'll click the Conditional Formatting button, point to Color Scales, and click More Rules. From here, I have a lot more control over the formatting rule I'm creating. I'll start by selecting the all cells showing sum of total price values for SKU, so I don't have to do that later using Formatting Options. I can also select from a 2-color scale, or by clicking the Format Style List Boxes down arrow, a 3-color scale, or data bars or icon sets. In this case, I'll stay with the 2-color scale. And now I can select my colors for the highest and lowest values. For the lowest values, I will click the Color List Boxes down arrow under Minimum, and let's say that I want the lowest values to be white. So I'll click the white square at the top left, and I want my highest values to be blue. So I'll go over to Maximum, click the Color List Boxes down arrow, and I'll click the blue at the top of the Theme Colors section. And you see we go from white through what looks to me might be different on your monitor, kind of a magenta, and then going up to blue. Click OK, and the format has been applied. The largest value in B6 is in blue. Then we have various shades of blue going all the way down to cell B11, which is almost entirely white.